Hello everyone, it is Color Underway here, and for today's video, we're going to be talking about what to do in Disadvantage as Inkling. Inkling isn't known for having a good disadvantage state like some other top tiers, so I'm going to go over tips of what Inkling should be doing in Disadvantage. A good amount of these tips can also go for most characters in the game. So if you came across this video and you don't main Inkling, you might learn a thing or two. And yeah, without further ado, let's get started. Alright, so when does Disadvantage happen? Well, it is when a player loses neutral against the opponent. A player might land a hit in neutral, or lands a combo starter, starts their combo, and the combo ends. Whenever one of these situations happen, the other player is in disadvantage, since that player has limited options compared to the opponent. There are many situations where one player is in disadvantage, being ledge trapped, being at the edge of the stage in the corner while the opponent has the stage to work with, in a tech chase situation, or being very high in the air and trying to land back onto the stage. So I'm going to go over what Inkling can do in all of these phases, starting with landing. As any character in the game, there are a couple of options you can do at a hit stun when set high into the air. You can use an aerial or a double jump out of hit stun to have access to your fast fall. A common option I see Inkling mains doing out of hit stun when set high into the air is nairing out of hit stun. Nairing out of hit stun is a really nice option since you don't have much lag afterwards, and then you can use the rest of your resources like double jump or air dodge. But obviously nairing out of hit stun has counterplay. Nairing still does have lag after using it, so technically you're still in hit stun after using the nair since you can't do anything out of it for a little bit. Nair is not very good to combo break since it's not very big, so an opponent's non-true combo can become technically a true combo since you are in lag afterwards. So in most cases, you should only be nairing at a hit stun when the opponent literally cannot reach you. Otherwise, you can just see how the opponent pushes their advantage state against Inkling. What Inkling can do instead of nairing at a hit stun is doing a double jump. Some characters have to use their double jump wisely in disadvantage since if they get hit off stage, it might be game over for them. But since Inkling has one of the best recoveries in the game, she can get away with using her double jump in disadvantage more than other characters at least. A mix up I personally like doing is drifting off stage, and if the opponent tries to overextend trying to catch your landing, you can jump back on stage and the stage is yours. This doesn't work all the time, but it's a good mix up to keep in mind. But overall as an Inkling main, when you get high into the air out of his stun, you want to mix up your options. Even pressing nothing can be really good. So when you're trying to land as Inkling in disadvantage, you want to land away from the opponent. Inkling has very good airspeed, and her roller in the air has good airspeed as well. So take advantage of this when the opponent is trying to chase you in the air. Mixing up your drift can also be good too, since you can fake out the opponent's movement. However, if you do land next to the opponent, Inkling has options so she doesn't get whiff punished. If Inkling is facing away from the opponent when the opponent is trying to whiff punish her, she can back air into the opponent's face and the opponent can't really do much about it. Make sure to mix up your options when you land onto the ground since you might not have enough space to dash away from the opponent, so don't be predictable when you land on the ground with your back air. Another really good option that I don't see a lot of Inkling mains do is using Splatter Shot. This is especially good if the opponent is still trying to whip punish Inkling and they have to deal with Splatter Shot. That's everything you need to know about landing with Inkling. As long as you're not predictable with your disadvantage options, you should be fine. Now let's talk about being hit sideways. Sometimes if you get hit sideways, you'll be put into a tech chase situation. But sometimes you can get out of the tech chase situation faster if you do an A landing. If you don't know what an A landing is, there are many aerials in Ultimate where the first couple of frames of the startup of the move you can actually auto cancel with it instead of dealing with the landing leg of the aerial. Inkling can do this with 3 her aerials, her forward air, her back air, and her down air. You can use any of these moves to get out of a tech chase situation if just high enough and you won't deal with any landing lag really. Another option you could do to get out of tech chase situations is using neutral air. You can't A-land with neutral air, but neutral air only has 5 frames of landing lag. The auto cancels you can do with Inkling has 4 frames of landing lag. Personally, I like doing the neutral air more than the A-land since it is slightly easier to execute. But it's not that noticeable and it's up to you what you want to do. But a really notable option that I don't see a lot of Inkling mains do is using Splatter Shot to get out of tech chases. The reason why this is good is when the opponent tries to punish your tech chase, they'll get interrupted by Splatter Shot. So the opponent is going to have to respect you more when put into this situation, which turns it back into neutral, which is really good. Alright, so we're going to go right into ledge trapping. One option I see a lot of Inkling mains do is doing drop off into fair or splatter shot. Both of these options are really good, especially splatter shot off the ledge. But if the opponent tries to cover it even a little bit, it's pretty easy to react to and punish you off of it. Another cool mix-up you can do with splatter shot is doing a drop off the ledge, doing a double jump into a wall jump into a beat of a splatter shot onto the stage. So it adjusts the timing of your splatter shot a little bit. Another option you can do is roller off the ledge, which is just doing a drop off double jump roller onto the stage. This mix-up is good if the opponent is literally not expecting this at all, but if they even react to the move, it's pretty much over for you. Other than those couple of things being ledge trapped, you just have to play smart at the ledge. All that is mixing up all of your ledge options and doing them at very different timings. Something else you can do at the ledge is wait for the opponent to do whatever they want at the ledge to try to ledge trap you. You have quite some time at the ledge, so take your time with it. Alright, so the last thing I want to go over in this video is being in the corner as Inkling. Most of the time you're cornered when you get off the ledge. The main tip you want to keep in mind of is to not immediately try to get out of the corner when you're in there. This is what a good opponent wants from you. Don't give it to them. For Inkling, this is kind of important since she likes having stage control against the opponent and likes controlling the game. So you have to play smart in the corner. The main thing you want to do is to mix up whenever you try to get out of the corner so the opponent won't be ready for it every time. A very good tool Inkling can use in the corner is splatter shot. Since the opponent has to respect splatter shot at all times, they have to keep in mind of it when you're in the corner. Something noteworthy about splatter shot is that you cannot get punished for using it in the corner if the opponent doesn't have the moves for it. The common situation out of this is you use splatter shot in the corner and the opponent is at roll distance. This can be good for really good chip damage and for ink afterwards, so if you win neutral again right after that, you can get some damage. Another move I think that is noteworthy in the corner is Roller. Roller is really good at punishing when an opponent is trying to punish you trying to get out. Here's a quick example. Say Inkling is splatter shot in the opponent's shield. After the splatter shot is finished, the opponent buffers in F tilt so that you can catch the Inkling dashing in or rolling in. What the Inkling can do instead is buffer a roller at a splatter shot so it can cover the opponent's F tilt perfectly. Roller is really good in that specific situation. But other than that, I can see Roller being very risky in the corner since if you guess wrong and the opponent shields you, you will die earlier since you're at the ledge. And yeah, that is everything you need to know about being in disadvantage as Inkling. If you enjoyed the video, make sure to drop a like down below and subscribe to the channel, it really helps out a lot with it. If you haven't done so already, make sure to check out the other Inkling guides I've made. They all go in as much detail as this video. So if you're an Inkling main trying to learn more about the character, those videos are recommended. And yeah, that's pretty much everything I need to say. Thank you guys so much for watching, and I will see you guys in the next video. Peace out.